Have you shopped at Thrive Market before? Well, I just received an order and I wanted to share it with you. Some different things that you can't find at a lot of the local grocery stores. So let's see what's in here. I will save this and use it in the bottom of my garden. A lot of the local grocery stores are catching on and they're carrying a lot more healthy items, so they're not as hard to find as they used to be, but still some of these things you can't find just anywhere. And the closest natural market or market that appeals to more healthy options, the closest one to me is about 28 minutes, and so sometimes I would just rather sit down at my computer and just go ahead and order in the comfort of my own home. First of all, I don't know if you have heard of Siete, but from the products that I have received from them, their labels are amazing when you compare them to similar items. So I really enjoy their chips, and this one is the Chipotle Barbecue Sea Salt and Vinegar. Typically, I don't eat out of a bag, but if I want chips anyways, and I'm gonna eat them anyways, then we wanna try to shift into the good category. And I would put this in the good category, and I try to live in the good, better, and best. Ingredients: potatoes, number one. Avocado oil, which is a good oil to cook with, and it is great for high heat. Ground dates for the sweetness, sea salt, distilled white vinegar, chipotle powder, tomato powder, onion powder, citric acid, no funky, creepy stuff, no MSG, so they're doing a great job. These have even more simple ingredients just because they don't have as many seasonings. I want to show you in comparison. Other people live in my home, so they do them. In the Lay's, they have potatoes. Fortunately, at least that's the first ingredient. But the second ingredient is either a corn, a canola, or a soybean oil, and all three of those in this form are really toxic from the get-go. So the way that they're processing that oil to the high heat, first of all, it's genetically modified. Over 80% of soy or corn is already genetically modified, and that is a whole nother story. I have an article on my website if you would like to read about it. But they process it at such a high heat that it automatically changes the molecular structure that is having a negative response in our body. And then last, they have salt, which I try not to eat products that just use salt, regular table salt, where all the nutrients have been sucked out of that salt. Salt is good for us and we do need it, but we want a quality sea salt that we know doesn't have plastics and things in it that aren't doing our body good. It's kind of like a surprise because I'll forget what I ordered and then I'll be like, oh, I'm so glad I ordered that. So much fun. I don't know how to pronounce this. Prenarome. I have gotten this from a local market, and I have done my research on this, and it is a good brand. So they do carry some good essential oils, and so this one is a sleep aid because before I go to bed at night, I just love to rub it in my hands and smell, and it's just relaxing and soothing. But I'll also put it in my Epsom salt and then put it in my warm bath. So fun. Q gems. If you're gonna eat a chocolate chip, these are amazing, and I use these a lot in baking and candy making, and the ingredients are so simple. They don't have a bunch of junk in them. No soy, no palm oil, no lecithins, no emulsifiers, no refined sugar, no cane sugar, no sugar alcohols, no erythritol. Love it. 70% cacao. Big time thumbs up. There it is. They do a great job with their packaging. So they send the chocolate chips in an ice pack. Sometimes the drivers will put them on your front porch and leave them there, and you don't even know because they didn't ring the doorknob. So this gives them a little better chance of surviving the sunshine. I haven't tried these, but usually when you place an order, you get to pick something for free. They have a choice. I chose these, and so we'll see how they go. Chicas, Corn tortilla chips, non-GMO. Sounds fun. It's just corn, rice bran oil, sea salt, and citric acid. Simple meals. I don't eat a lot of cookies, but sometimes I think it's fun to top. I have a recipe. It's very healthy and it's kind of like a sorbet, and I'll crush these and just put it on top. It's just really fun in the summertime. Honey cinnamon, mint chocolate. These remind me of Girl Scout cookies, the mint, can't remember what they're called, Thin Mints, but these ingredients are so much cleaner. They have coconut sugar, tapioca starch, seed and nut flour blend of watermelon, cashew, sunflower, and flax. I'm good with it. Mary's Gone crackers. And again, I can't find these everywhere, but these have become my favorite cracker, and I did have to get used to them because they are very crunchy, although I am a crunchy girl. Now that I've gotten used to them, these are my absolute favorite crackers. And let's look at their ingredients. Brown rice, quinoa, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, flax seed, sesame seeds, poppy seeds, onion, garlic, and sea salt. They're amazing and they're so delicious. Dip them in guacamole, dip them in hummus. I'll put chicken salad on them. So good. Someone who doesn't eat out of box. We got a lot of boxes going on right here, don't we? I have not tried this yet, but Primal Kitchen does. Everything that I've purchased has been on point. I wanted to give this a try because it's sweetened with honey, and most of your ketchups out there have high fructose corn syrup, which are actually dangerous. It's not neutral. They're dangerous to our body. It's really hard for our liver to process high fructose corn syrup, and there's none of that in here. I'm excited to try this, and I do love me some ketchup. Agave, I don't use agave often, but there are certain recipes. This to me it's just sweeter. You know, if you have 2 tablespoons of honey or 2 tablespoons of agave, I don't know, this just is a little bit sweeter to me. So if I'm making something fun like a popsicle or my fruit leather, sometimes this will be my go-to. And if you have not seen my fruit roll-up video, you should check it out. Those were so easy to make, I couldn't even believe it, and so fun and delicious. I have made it over and over again just because I can't get enough of them. Just regular canned goods. You know, if I'm gonna place an order, I'll go ahead and order some things that I'm kind of getting short on. So many of these products that you buy in the grocery store put sugar, not only sugar, but it's just white sugar in here, and there's none of that in these products. Native Forest organic coconut milk. This is my favorite one as I'm shaking it because it's just coconut milk and water. There's nothing else in here. Even the organic, you have to be careful because they have fillers in them. They might have xanthan gum or carrageenan, which makes it thicker, but this does not have that. More tomatoes, more tomatoes. I make a lot of spaghetti. Anytime that I can get items that are sprouted, I do, because when they sprout, it releases the nutrients and your body doesn't have to work as hard to digest them. So sprouted rice, sprouted bread, sprouted quinoa, and sprouted rolled oats. And what I love about this company, 1 Degree, glyphosate-free guaranteed. This is something that a lot of people have asked me what this is because I use it in a lot of my products in place of sugar. Sucanat is simply sugar cane that has been dehydrated, and that is it. So it still retains the nutrients that sugar does have to offer. Sugar does have nutrients. Sugar cane is healthy, but what they have done with white sugar is they have extracted all of the nutrients. They actually use it for another purpose, give you just the sweetness without the nutrients. And whenever we are eating something that does not have nutrients, our body doesn't know what to do with it. It wreaks havoc in our digestive system. It can cause leaky gut. It typically is stored as fat because the body doesn't know what to do with it. And this is a game changer. I have tested people when I make my products. I have some friends that are diabetics, and I will give them my products that are made with this, and they can tell a big difference when they check their insulin levels because they can eat this and they don't have to take insulin. They have active dry yeast. I have some other yeast, but depending on what bread you use, depends on the type of yeast that you need. So I like to have a little bit of a backup for that purpose. And Thrive also carries their own seasonings. Siete has seasonings. I love their seasonings as well. The Thrive brand, a little bit cheaper. The other thing that I love is, which I already opened this because I had to use it, but baking soda, baking powder. I want a big thing of it because I use it all the time, and theirs doesn't have aluminum. Studies have shown that aluminum can cause Alzheimer's, dementia, and we don't want that. We don't want these metals in our body, so aluminum free is the way to go. This was just a small order, but I still wanted to share because these aren't typical things that people pick up from the grocery store, and I just love having them on hand, so I wanted to share with you. Thank you so much for watching. If you shop from Thrive, would you share in the comments some of the things that you purchase? Because even when I go on there to order, I don't always know what to get, and you can't see it, and I don't want to take time to go through all the lists. It's not the same when you go to the grocery store, you're just looking around, you can see everything, so it's a little bit different. So I'm sure the other viewers would also like to know, if you're shopping at Thrive, what you're buying. Tell us your tricks, tell us your favorite things that you like to get from there. And then if you haven't already hit the bell, if you'll hit that bell so that you can be notified, and then anytime I come out with a new video, you'll be the first one to know. You guys have a great day, and thank you so much for watching.